Hey, this is Mike with iReviewGear.com. I'm in central Utah with my good friend. He's got his KSG Kel-Tec shotgun that we're taking a look at today. We're shooting it at different ranges. We're going to try the slugs with buckshot, all different kinds of loads that you'd use for home defense, and see how it shoots. We've got a lot of questions online about it, so we're going to talk about all those. But this is the Keltec KSG. 6.9 pound gun, bullpup action, so you can see it's the shortest possible tactical gun, legal size that you can get. I think it's 26.2 inches long with an 18.5 inch barrel. Is that right, Reed?
26.1 inch long with an 18.5 inch barrel.
Okay. So I think that's the shortest legal limit that you can go overall on a shotgun. And then it makes it even shorter because it's got the bullpup design where it loads from, show them where it loads at, Reed.
Loads back here, it ejects back here. It has two tubes. In a 2 3/4 like we're shooting, it'll hold 7 rounds in each tube. One in the chamber gives you 15 rounds. It'll shoot up to 3-inch shotgun shells.
Shoot from 1 3/4 all the way up to 3-inch. Reed's got it with a couple of extra items on it. He's got these Magpul pop-up front and rear sights with a
tritium front sight.
Tritium front sight, so it really shows up. And then he's got this laser sight on it that has a center dot, then it has multiple dots around the outside of it, and it expands those dots at 1 inch per foot. Per yard, so it replicates, you know, what a shotgun pattern would be. And we're going to kind of validate that here in a minute. Any other comments about it, Reed?
Awesome to be here.
See the holes at 20 yards. These holes are touching, and this hole's just right up here. And you can see the size of them with those slugs, big enough for my big fat fingers. But at 20 yards, I was holding on, I thought here, and hit, you know, a pattern, like I said, the size of my hand. So that is unbelievably accurate at 20 yards. I know I could go do that at 40 yards, and we're going to try that now. Hey, that was awesome.
So you ready?
Yep, it's recording. We got Reed shooting slugs at 30 yards. See how he does. Wow, dead center. Dead center. Dead center. All right, as promised, went back to 30 yards plus and shot these slugs again. And as you can see, that sucker is really accurate. Reed did pull one, but he knew he did. He called it. And the other one's basically in the same hole. Just really, really accurate with slugs. So I think you could easily go back to, you know, 50 or 60 yards, even 70 yards, and be really accurate. So, I mean, really good accuracy with slugs out to about 40 yards. We got Cameron lined up with the Keltec KSG at 10 yards, which, you know, really is a home defense maximum distance situation. He's got double-aught buckshot and 2 3/4 inch loads, and I believe that shoots out 9 pellets. So, got Cameron just fire at will here at this target, and we're going to see what it does. Probably zoom in just a little bit. Shoot right at that center X, Cameron.
Did not get it.
Safety.
Cow.
Okay, hold on. That's 2 shots.
Man. That's brutal.
You can see the pattern there.
Again or no?
No, that's it. 3. I only got one shot through all that.
You can see what ended up happening. We got a little wind on that target, but at 8 yards, you know, it pretty much covered all the orange like we expected and a little bit out into the white, but pretty significant correlation between the gun expansion, you know, the expansion of the pellets, and his kryptonite sight. So it's pretty lined up, those two. But there's the pattern. You know, it's probably comparable to an improved cylinder in a hunting shotgun, the choke pattern. All right, in summary, you saw us shoot this Keltec KSG today. I just wanted to go over a few of the questions that we had online and kind of go over a couple of features of this. I'll start towards the back of the gun and move forward. Here's the loading area of the gun. When the chamber is moved all the way forward, you can then load it. It's got a little selector here that you can select which magazine that you load and which magazine that it shoots from. The cool thing about that is if you move it to the right, it's shooting out of the right tube because it's pivoted in the middle. If you move it to the left, it's shooting out of the left tube. So you don't have to think backwards, you think exactly right. I want to shoot the right tube, I flip that to the right. And you load it here. Found that it loads real easy and it's real convenient with this harness because you just load it right here. It's right where your hand is. The next, as you move forward on the gun, it's got a great safety. I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's got real visible S and a real visible F for fire, red and white. And it's a really good safety. It's real easy to use and right there. It's a very ambidextrous gun, both the safety and moving forward. The release is ambidextrous, both for your finger or your thumb on the other side, and it's right here where your finger lies, and it's low enough, and they've corrected this from an earlier version, it's low enough that when you release and move it back, your finger doesn't hit into there. So that's pretty cool. The other feature that we really liked about this gun is that it's got indicators. You can see holes here, and you can count how many bullets you have in each side. So there's little slots, and you could even, if you coated maybe a red bullet and a white colored bullet, we noticed that the buckshot we shot today was federal, so it was red. The slugs we shot were a different brand, so they were white. So you could easily look down there and see what you had in and see how many you have in. And those are carried forward to the front. So you can see if you got a full chamber, -1, -2, etc., back to just I've got 1, 2, or 3. So it's really handy that it has that indicator. We are going to now turn on the laser and shine it on this fence back here. So you can see we were talking about up in the mountains where you couldn't see this laser in the bright sunlight. But that laser, there's center dot, 8 dots around the outside, and they flare out at 1 inch per yard. So you can see what the pattern should be at distances. So hopefully this will shine up on the fence. Zoom in on that camera. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
So right here we're about 5 yards away, and you can see that would be an awfully tight pattern. We're going to keep it at that. Some other questions that came in online were, does it heat up? No, it didn't. Is it easy to clear jam? Yes, it is. If there's any jam, it's all right here, and that's pretty open. We didn't experience any jam. It's like a typical pump shotgun. The more aggressively you work it, the more effective it is, and we were jacking it pretty hard and never had any kind of a problem with jamming or misfiring or anything else. Barrel did not heat up, you know, as much as we fired it, and we shot it quite a bit. Comfortable gun, low kick, I felt like. We even shot some hot rounds, and it really didn't have that much of a kick. Same thing as you'd experience in any shotgun. So that's it. The Keltec KSG shotgun review. You know, in summary, we felt like this probably is the ultimate home defense gun. You can read more about this gun and the complete review at ireviewgear.com. Thanks.